And there you have it. 3 powerful lessons to ignite immediate change in your life. Humility and gratitude, the power of going the extra mile, and self-analysis and continuous improvement. These aren't just words, they're tools for transformation. The question is, will you use them? If you're ready to embrace the grind, push past your limits, and rewrite your story, the GrimFace movement is your home. To our returning family, thank you for walking this path with us. To our newcomers, welcome to the dark side of motivation, where excuses die and action thrives. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's next. And if today's lessons hit hard, share this video. Help someone else step into their power. Remember, success doesn't wait. Neither should you. Until next time, stay relentless, stay sharp, and most importantly, stay grim. Lesson 1. Humility and gratitude. Success is seductive, isn't it? The gleam of accomplishment blinds many to the truth. No one climbs to the summit alone. We are quick to glorify the lone wolf, the self-made conqueror, the hero who stood against the world. But these myths, though alluring, mask a harsher reality. The truth is this: the ladder to success is crowded with unseen hands holding it steady. Those hands are the teachers who shaped us, the rivals who pushed us harder, the allies who shared their wisdom, and even the critics who sharpened our resolve. Every mentor, every challenge, every moment of support, seen or unseen, has played a role in lifting us higher. Yet how often do we look back to acknowledge them? How often do we let humility whisper in our ear that our victories are not ours alone? Without humility, success mutates into arrogance. Arrogance breeds isolation. And isolation? It's the slow poison that kills growth and progress. It is the silent destroyer of potential, the barrier between you and the people who could help you reach even greater heights. Humility is not weakness. It is power restrained, power refined. It is the recognition that while you may be strong, the strength of others has fortified your path. It is the realization that greatness does not come from standing above others, but from standing with them. It is the quiet strength to admit you needed help, that you are not invincible, and that your success is part of a larger, interconnected story. And what of gratitude? Gratitude is the mortar that binds relationships. It is the simple act of saying, I see you. I value you. I thank you. It is not a currency of debt. It is a currency of respect. When you express gratitude, you unlock a force greater than ambition alone. You create bonds, you inspire loyalty, and you foster an environment where growth is not just personal, but collective. Gratitude is the catalyst that turns individual achievements into shared victories. Think about it. Who helped you on your journey? Who lent their strength when yours was failing? Who was there in the shadows, supporting you while you stood in the spotlight? Have you thanked them? Have you honored their contribution? Or have you let your pride smother your gratitude? Success is not just about reaching the top. It's about ensuring the bridges you crossed remain intact. Gratitude strengthens those bridges, while arrogance burns them to the ground. Those bridges are more than mere connections. They are lifelines, linking you to the community that enabled your ascent. So ask yourself, who will stand beside you when the applause fades? Who will celebrate with you when the lights dim and the stage empties? If you've forgotten humility, if you've neglected gratitude, the answer might be no one. Let this be your reminder. Bow your head, not to diminish yourself, but to honor those who have walked beside you. Speak your gratitude, not because you owe it, but because it binds your strength with theirs. Say the words aloud. Thank you. I couldn't have done this without you. This is the lesson of humility and gratitude. Success is sweeter when shared, and its roots grow deeper when watered with acknowledgement. In the end, it is not just about what you achieve, but about the connections you strengthen along the way. It is about lifting others as you climb, about building a legacy of unity and respect, about creating a ripple of positivity that echoes far beyond your individual success. Remember this truth and carry it with you. You may stand alone in the spotlight, but it is the unseen hands that keep you steady. Never forget them. Never stop thanking them, for they are the foundation of all you will ever achieve. And if you find yourself standing at the summit, turn around. Look back at those who helped you. Offer them a hand, a word of thanks, a piece of your success. For that is true greatness, not in the heights you reach, but in the gratitude you show and the humility you embody along the way. Lesson 2. The power of going the extra mile. What separates the ordinary from the extraordinary? What defines those who rise above the masses, leaving the rest to fade into obscurity? It is not talent. It is not luck. It is not connections, privilege, or timing. It is the unrelenting drive to go the extra mile. A mile most are too weak, too afraid, or too complacent to walk. The extra mile is a lonely road. It's where the faint-hearted turn back, where the average falter, and where mediocrity breathes its last gasp. It is a place few dare to go because it is demanding, grueling, and unforgiving. But for those who tread it, who refuse to stop at good enough, the road leads to transformation. It leads not just to more work, but to more power, more respect, and ultimately, more success. Understand this. Success is not handed to anyone. It is not a birthright or a stroke of luck. It is earned in the shadows, in the hours when no one is watching, when the applause is silent, and the rewards are nowhere to be seen. It is earned by doing what others won't, by giving more than what is asked, and by serving with a spirit that transcends the transactional. It is earned in the small, unseen moments when you decide to do just a little bit more. But here's the paradox of the extra mile. Its rewards are often delayed. You may toil in the darkness for what seems like an eternity. Your efforts unnoticed. Your sacrifices unacknowledged. And this is where most falter. They give up, cursing the world for its indifference, never realizing that the seeds they've sown take time to bloom. They walk away too soon, leaving their harvest to be reaped by someone else. The law of increasing returns is merciless, but just. Every act of service rendered with genuine intent, every ounce of effort given without expectation, sets in motion a ripple effect that you cannot always see. These ripples gather strength, unseen and unstoppable, until one day they return to you, multiplied beyond measure. But this only happens if you endure, only if you persist, only if you believe in the power of your efforts, even when no one else does. The extra mile is not just a path, it is a proving ground. It tests your spirit, your resilience, and your commitment to a cause greater than yourself. It asks, will you serve with excellence even when no one is watching? Will you give even when there is no promise of immediate reward? Will you push beyond the limits of what others expect, not because you have to, but because you choose to? Those who answer yes are few, but they are the ones who shape the world. They are the ones who build legacies. They are the ones who are remembered, not just for what they achieved, but for how they achieved it. So I ask you, how far are you willing to go? Will you stop when the world says, that's enough? Will you settle for mediocrity when the path to greatness is still open before you? Or will you dig deeper, push harder, and give more than anyone dares to expect? Going the extra mile is not about seeking praise or recognition. It's not about medals or awards. It's about mastering yourself. It's about committing to a standard of excellence that becomes your identity. It's about understanding that true power lies not in what you take, but in what you give. It's about doing what others won't, so you can achieve what others can't. Walk the extra mile. Endure its loneliness. Embrace its challenges. For in the end, it is not the destination that matters, but the person you become along the way. A force of nature, a master of your craft, a being who commands success, not by chance, but by the law of increasing returns. And here's the final truth. The extra mile is where greatness is born. It's where the seeds of your potential are watered by sweat, nurtured by sacrifice, and strengthened by perseverance. Every step you take on this road reshapes you, preparing you for a future few will ever see. Remember, the world rewards those who give more than they take. Those who serve with relentless dedication. Those who push harder when others would rest. Those who strive for excellence when mediocrity would suffice. These are the people who leave their mark. So, render more service. Render better service. And watch as the universe conspires to return it to you, multiplied in ways you could never imagine. The extra mile is waiting. Will you rise to the challenge? Will you embrace the road less traveled? The choice is yours, but know this. The journey will define you, and the rewards will transform you. So, take the first step. Walk. And don't stop until you've gone farther than anyone thought possible. Lesson 3. Self-analysis and continuous improvement. Look in the mirror. Really look. What do you see? Do you see the polished image you present to the world? The one built on accomplishments, titles, and fleeting praise? Or do you see the cracks, the flaws, the hidden truths you try so hard to bury? Most people avoid the mirror, not because they fear their reflection, but because they fear what lies beneath it. They fear the truth. They fear the quiet whisper that tells them, you can do more. You can be more. But here's the secret. The truth, as uncomfortable and dark as it may seem, is your greatest weapon. It is the catalyst for transformation. It is the foundation upon which greatness is built. Self-analysis is not for the faint-hearted. It demands courage. The courage to strip away the lies you tell yourself. The courage to face your weaknesses head-on. And the courage to admit you are not yet the person you could be. Growth does not come from comfort. It comes from confrontation. It is forged in the moments when you stare into your own soul and refuse to look away. When was the last time you took a hard look at yourself? Not the surface level you, but the real you. When was the last time you asked, what am I truly good at? What do I consistently fail at? What excuses am I clinging to? These questions are not easy to answer. They force you to confront the harsh reality of your limitations. But they also reveal something far more important, the potential that lies dormant within you. The answers to these questions are the key to your evolution. But beware, self-reflection without action is a trap. Knowing your flaws is useless if you do nothing to correct them. Recognizing your strengths is meaningless if you do nothing to sharpen them. Awareness without action is stagnation. The path to greatness is paved with continuous improvement, not sporadic bursts of effort, not half-hearted attempts, but relentless, disciplined, unending work. It's about committing to a lifetime of progress, knowing that perfection is unattainable, but excellence is always within reach. It's in the moments when you're exhausted, when progress feels invisible, that true growth occurs. Improvement is a war, and the enemy is your own complacency. Every time you choose comfort over effort, stagnation wins. Every time you ignore an opportunity to grow, weakness tightens its grip. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Growth is not just about what you do. It's about who you become. Every challenge you embrace, every failure you learn from, every weakness you conquer, it all molds you into someone stronger, sharper, more unstoppable. Growth is not a destination. It is a process. It is a relentless pursuit of bettering yourself, not for the world's approval, but because you refuse to settle for less than your potential. The world will try to convince you that improvement is optional, that you can coast through life on what you already know and what you've already done. It will tempt you with comfort, mediocrity, and the lie that good enough is enough. But let me be clear, those who settle for good enough are doomed to mediocrity. Those who refuse to grow are destined to be left behind. So I ask you, will you be brave enough to confront yourself? Will you push past the lies you've told yourself to uncover your potential? Will you demand more of yourself every single day, even when no one else is watching? Self-analysis and continuous improvement are not just tools for success. They are the essence of it. The day you stop growing is the day you start dying. Growth is not optional. It is essential. It is the fire that keeps your spirit alive, the force that propels you forward, the spark that lights the path to your destiny. Look in the mirror again. See the flaws, the strengths, the potential, and then do what most people never will. Act. Challenge yourself. Refine yourself. Master yourself. Tear down the parts of you that no longer serve your purpose and rebuild them stronger, better, unbreakable. Because the person you are today is not the person you are destined to remain. Growth is your birthright, but it's up to you to claim it. No one will hand it to you. No one will force you to improve. It is a choice only you can make, a journey only you can walk. So walk it. Start today. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Stand in front of that mirror and commit to becoming the version of yourself you were always meant to be. The road will be hard, the challenge is relentless, but the rewards will be worth every sacrifice, every moment of pain, every step into the unknown. This is the power of self-analysis and continuous improvement. It is the path to becoming unstoppable. It is the key to unlocking your true potential. And it is the only way to achieve the greatness that lies within you. Welcome back, GrimFace family, and a special welcome to those of you joining us for the first time. You've just stepped into a movement where we don't sugarcoat reality, we master it. Today, we're diving into 3 powerful lessons that will spark immediate improvement in your life. If you're ready to rise above mediocrity and take control of your destiny, stay tuned. These aren't just ideas. They're actions you can take today to change your trajectory. Hit that subscribe button, share your thoughts in the comments, and join the GrimFace movement. Because here, we don't just survive, we dominate. Let's get started.